Hey, Team Beautifully Polished. It is Debbie, and it is Wednesday, the first Wednesday of January. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. Took a couple weeks hiatus there with Christmas and New Year's. So welcome back to Wednesday training. Today I want to talk about one of the most important parts of our job, which is Hostess Coaching. I know if you were on the call the other night, we talked about this that night as well, but I want to go over it again so we have it in one separate video for people to be able to watch in the future. Hostess coaching is one of the key elements of our business, you guys. If we didn't have hostesses, we wouldn't have parties. If we didn't have parties, we wouldn't have sales. Sales and your next hostess and your next stylist. So working with your hostess really can make a big difference in how successful your party is and what's going to happen with those guests in the future. So the first I want you to look at your hostess as building someone that you want to build rapport with, someone that you want to become friends with, because again, I don't know why the lighting keeps changing, keeps going bright and then dark on me. You want to build that rapport with this hostess because she is the person who is bringing her guests to you. Think of it from her perspective, especially if you are doing an in-home party. She needs to trust you enough that she is going to bring you in front of her friends. So something about you appealed to her that let her think, you know what, I'm going to bring my friends around her. I think this is a good lady. So from the very get-go, that relationship is really important because, again, I'm not just going to invite anyone into my home and then put my name on the line to bring my friends over to meet this person and buy their product. So something about you appealed to them. So keep up that relationship to keep it growing. So no matter where you get that first hostess from, whether it's from a party, whether it's from an online party, whether it's you're out and about talking to somebody, whether it's from a reach out, the first thing you want to do, of course, is send them to some type of thank you, I'm excited, and a hostess packet. So in any in-home party, I bring hostess packets with me in an envelope. I don't know if you can see that. I actually have lotto tickets on here. If they book a party in a nail bar, they get 2 scratch-off tickets. So I bring these to my parties. If it's not an in-home party, or maybe you message somebody and it's going to be an in-home party and you could live near them, you could drop it off. Sometimes I drop them off if I'm dropping them in the cute little Color Street, the little white bags. I'll put all their stuff in there. Otherwise, put it in a bubble envelope and mail it to them if they're far. So in each one, I have catalogs, I have order forms, I have twosies, and I grabbed an old, hostess packet when I grabbed these. This is the old catalog. So here is a twosie, a nail prep pad, a catalog, and order form, all connected together. So I give her about 6. I put in the host benefits. You guys probably can't see that. And I put in a wish list. And that way, the difference of her having the catalog to the wish list is the wish list shows anything from any collection that's current, where the catalog would just show what's out in that line. It's not going to show all the additional holiday or petties or manis or petites. So I tell her to use this as her guide to circle the nails she wants. So she has a target goal of what she's working at for her party. So I will drop all that off at their house so they have, or like I said, mail it to them so they have their stuff ready to go. Okay, that is your first connection. Obviously, you're picking a date with them. When you pick the date, decide, depending how far out it is, it might be within that month, it might be next month. You want to keep up communication between that day and the next, or when the party is. So if it's not for 2 months, don't just ghost her for 2 months and all of a sudden the week before the party say, hey, are you ready? She hasn't heard from you. It's not going to happen. So, every week, every couple weeks, you want to just be checking in. Hey, thinking about you. Hey, super excited. Maybe you'll send, hey, look at these new nails. Just little graphics or something to keep you on her mind and keep the party on her mind. You want to give them a save the date. So let's say I'm checking out at an in-person nail bar and the person I'm checking out wants to have a party. You can take a picture of them with their sample on real quick, use Canva or WordSwag, right on the top of it, save the date, and she can text that to her friends right then and there to save that date. So that way you have that date set, that date is not going to fall through, and you are ready to go with it. If it's an online nail bar, you could still send them a graphic and say, hey, if the party is not for 6 weeks, they could send out a save the date right now. If it's in a week, you don't have time. Sometimes people, when they do Facebook parties, I notice they want the turnover quick and they want to hurry and get it together. In-home people typically want a little bit more time to invite. That's just what I've kind of noticed. So sometimes the save the date works, sometimes it doesn't. You can send them a little video message. I love video messages. I just think it's kind of a little more personal than a text. Video yourself and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for your party. We're gonna have such a great time. April 13th at 7 o'clock, it's gonna be a great night. I'm gonna get a hostess packet sent out to you, and let me know when you receive it. There's gonna be lots of goodies in there for you. Something like that, a little video message, or you can take a picture of yourself mailing the hostess packet to them. But again, just make it personal to build that relationship with them. Okay. So you've sent out your packet, you've talked with her, you set the date, now comes the invite. How are you guys going to invite? There's multiple ways you can invite. You can invite by paper invitation where she does it or you do it. A Facebook group or event. You could create an event, even if it is for like a in-home party, you could still create that event, okay? An event will disappear at the end. You can't keep posting there, I should say. So that's the difference. If you're going to do something with Facebook, I recommend a group over an event. I've done both. The event goes away. I like to follow up with groups. So like any December parties I had, or even prior to, but I am sending them, now we have our January hostess offer. So I'll repost that in the group. With an event, you can't do that. So if you're going for a Facebook party, I would not do an event, I would do a group. If you are doing an in-home party, you could create an event for that time, but for the time at their house. But ask her if a lot of her friends are on Facebook. And then if not all of them aren't, I would still give her some type of verbiage that you text to her that she can send out for her party. I usually do something like, hey Jenny, whoever she's sending it to. Hey Jenny, I'm so excited. I've been using, for the past couple months, I've been using the most amazing nail polish called Color Street. I love it so much. I decided I'm gonna have some ladies over, next week so I can show all of you my newest found passion. Hope you can make it. We're gonna have fun, chatting, laughing, catching up, and putting on polish. Something like that, just simple. If it is a Facebook party, that you guys have got to send her verbiage to invite them, but not just add them. So I'm going to talk in a second about Facebook Hostess Coaching, because there is some differences there. With the in-person party, you're encouraging her to get her frank list, invite lots of people from different groups. You want to tell her, invite people from different groups so all the same group isn't there. That way you can touch on multiple groups, and then maybe a person from each group will end up having a party for their friends, and that'll get you $25 to spend at each party. Facebook is a little bit different. Again, what people tend to do, you're having a Facebook party, they go through and invite everyone in their contact list, and nobody comes then. So the biggest thing in your hostess coaching with an online hostess is to make sure that you tell her she is not to dump people in the party. It will be, I have told hostesses that, and they still dump people in the party. In the parties where people actually add themselves, I have way better results than the one where the hostess just dumps them in. I've watched the numbers, and you can tell when you look at members, you can see added by, and you can see if the hostess added them or if they were put in there, if they chose to be in there themselves. So that is one way you can kind of check on them to make sure. And I've messaged hostesses before and said, hey, I noticed that you've added some people in the group. I really, really recommend sending something out asking for them to be in. Typically people, if you add people, they don't notice the party, and second, they may not want to be there, and so they're not going to show up at the time of the Facebook party. So again, it's the most important element, I feel, and one of the most important in an online nail bar. So send her some verbiage, So something like, hey, Betsy, I'm so excited, same type of thing. I've been using Color Street for several months now and absolutely love it. I love it so much I decided I want to introduce it to all my friends. I'm going to do an online nail bar. It's going to be super fun. You can be in your PJs, come, put your kids to bed and come shop or check out, Color Street and come shop. Let me know if this is something, or can I actually, if they end it in a question, it's better. So if you're interested, can I send you the link to my party? Then she says yes, then boom. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for you to come. Here's the link to my party. And then she sends them the Facebook group. So that's a big part of Facebook. Okay, so again, with the guest list of either of them, have them do a frank list. So they can pick people from different groups. I think it's a little easier with Facebook. People just do it. They look through their friends on Facebook and they just kind of automatically invite people from different groups. In homes, they don't always. They think of just their neighbors or just this group of friends. So help them think of different groups and different ages, different age people. There's certain age people that are, my age, the 40s, a lot of times they want to, they just want to go and they want to buy. A lot of times your 20s, they might be the person that's going to go there, upper 20s, but they think, oh my gosh, I want to do what she's doing. I want to make that extra income. 30s, 20s, and 30s, sometimes those are the ones that want to have the parties. They're in the party stage. Yeah, I love parties. And I'm not saying that always is true, but by getting people of different age groups there, you will touch upon people wanting different things. So if you can get her to get people from different groups and different ages, and it makes it more fun. I always giggle when you have, the 19-year-olds at a party. I think it makes it more fun. Just like probably 19-year-olds love when a 47-year-old has a glass of wine and is super goofy too. So, the more the merrier, and it just gets the party started. Of course, the more fun the party is, the more excited people are to be there. Okay, so you've got your date set out, you got your invite set out, you've got them their hostess packet. Your next call is going to be to follow up. Hey, just checking in to see, did you get your hostess packet? Have you sent any samples out? Did you need any more? What are people's feedback? Have you gathered any outside orders? I put order forms in there. You probably don't need to because they probably could go to your link unless you're not setting a link up. I can go either way. I have two very differing opinions on the link ahead. If you set up the hostess link ahead, here's what potentially can happen. They order online, they might order a strip or two, maybe they'd order buy three, get one, but they're not at the party. We always would rather, if it's an in-home, get the people at the party. The more people there, the more fun it is, the camaraderie, the excitement. We always want to try to get them there. If you can't, then of course we want to give them the link because we always want to help the hostess get her sales up. So if you give them the link ahead, sometimes it makes them go, oh, I'll just order, I'm not going to go. It gives them an out. It also can become more difficult if your hostess ends up wanting to sign up and you flip her as a stylist. You now have all those orders that went in before, and so you can't put those under her. You could only put the orders moving forward. So those are kind of the two negatives about it. A positive is she can get outside orders. She can. The people who aren't coming for sure, great, get outside orders. You can tell her, you gather, $300 of orders, I'll have a special gift for you. Can you imagine having 300 before your party even starts? Now, with that said, she could gather paper orders, and then we could put them in the party after it starts. So again, there's goods and bads to both. I do both. I'll be honest. But typically what I do is before I post that link in particular to a Facebook party, before I put the link out in the Facebook party, I message her and I ask if she has considered doing what I do. In home too, before the party, I message her and just say, have you considered doing what I do? Because this could become what we call a launch party. You could introduce this to all your friends and family as your new job, and you'd be getting both the commission and the sales. So either way, in that Facebook, hey, before I put the link out there, just wondering if selling Color Street is something that would interest you. You could become the hostess. We could get you all signed up, and this could be your first party right here. Same type of verbiage. So just something to think about. It's a really, I have more no's than I have yeses, but that's okay. I've said to them, with it. No, it's just not for me, blah, blah, blah. I say, and that's okay. You know, I've just learned I have hostesses that want to do it after. And so I've learned to kind of hit it at the front end. And that way, if there's a lot of orders, I get them right under the host, right under the hostess right to begin with. So I just decided I'm going to start offering it to everybody beforehand. Just something simple like that. I feel it's very non-threatening. No hostess has ever gotten upset that I offered it to them. So I do that for every hostess before the party starts. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you have called her, you're making sure on samples, you're gonna check in how many people are coming. If she tells you, oh my gosh, I only have 2 people coming, stay cheery. Oh my gosh, that's okay. You know what? We're gonna have a great time. Have you reached out to any of your guests personally? Sometimes if you just send a text, you need to do that follow-up text. You could just follow up and say, hey, I haven't heard from you. I'm super excited about my party. I'm just trying to get an idea of, I don't know if they're having a certain type of drink or food, or just trying to get a certain idea of how many people are coming. Just want to check in. I really hope to see you there. Something like that. Tell her to follow up. Follow up is key for her with friends. We all get busy, and it's one of those, oh, I'm going to go if I can, and then people don't. So you want her to feel good. So have her do some follow up. Same with Facebook parties. If people are not in there, she needs to direct message people. Hey, I haven't heard from you. Just wondering, not sure if you saw the invite I have to this Facebook group. I'd love to have you join. She can do a post on her personal page. Hey, I'm doing a Facebook party. I would love to have you join, and message me, if it's something that interests you. I mean, you'd give more detail than that, but she can put that on her personal page and tag you. And then then you could go in and comment with people too. So you want to help her get that list up to a list that both of you feel good about. I try to always get, those 8 orders. I try to always tell my hostess, let's aim for a minimum of $300. The hostess program goes up to 15% from 10. You're at 3 at half off. It just is a more rich program, I feel, at 300. So with that said, if she can get some outside orders first, she's going to be well on her way. Okay, so then a couple days or the day before, you are calling. You are just checking in again. You're telling her what time you're arriving, 20 to 30 minutes ahead. Hey, I'm going to be there. I'm going to set up my stuff really quick, and then I'll be able to help you greet all the guests. Okay? Super excited, really looking forward to it. Again, use enthusiasm, you guys. You want your hostess to be excited. You want her to feel like this is going to be the best party you've ever had. All right? Again, she's trusted you with her friends. Make a good impression. Facebook parties, you are messaging her again throughout. So depending how you set your party up, that's why this can be a little bit different. Are you a week-long party? Are you a 30-minute party? Are you a 3-day party? Depending what it is, you are in close contact with that person the entire time. I typically do Facebook parties through Messenger with them. But again, I'm reminding them, hey, the party's tomorrow. If you're playing games with them, you might need to ask them questions. One of my most important things about a Facebook party is for you to show up. If you're doing any type of a live, you want your hostess there. If you are posting, here's some important things with Hostess Coaching and online hostess. You need her in there. You need her commenting. In either type of party, you guys, they are trusting your friend. They're trusting their friend, not you. You have to get engagement. In-home party, you're going to have engagement from her. A Facebook party, it's a little bit harder. You have to encourage her to go in there, to comment when her friends comment. If you're doing all the work, chances are the orders are going to be like that. She needs to be in there posting a picture of an Alfie. She needs to be in there, oh my gosh, I've been using this long. Oh my gosh, I cleaned my whole house and it didn't come off. Oh my gosh, she needs to build rapport with them so they know how great it is. Now, a lot of times, Facebook parties, we're at the point where some of your guests have heard of Have Color Street, right? So the guests may even be in there. But the biggest thing is she has to comment when her friends are commenting. So tell her the day of the party. Make sure you show up. If you're doing that 30-minute live with everybody commenting, you need to make sure you're at the party, okay? When people are commenting, make sure you're commenting. Get people excited. If no one's showing up, you can message her on the side. Tell her I'm going to be checking in with you. Message her on the side. Hey, I'm noticing your friends aren't checking in. I know you had a bunch of people that said they were coming. Why don't you send them a quick text reminding them, hey, my party has started. I'd love for you to hop in right now and catch Debbie's live on how to apply Color Street. Something simple like that. So I get it. We all get busy. So critical point, having that hostess work with her, or having the stylist work with the hostess for an online party. Okay, I think, let me check. So at the party, you guys, you are enthusiastic. You are greeting her guests if it's in person. You're sampling as people are walking in. It kind of takes away, makes conversation really easy. I'm Debbie. I'm so excited. You know, I met Rami through an event I did, and she's been wearing the polish for several months, and she was so excited. She decided to have a party and invite all you guys. Have you tried Color Street before? Make conversation. I'd love to put a sample on you right now as guests are coming in. So you're kind of sampling, you're greeting them. Then when everybody's ready and hostess is ready, you're bringing everyone in the other room. Online party, you also need to be, if you say you're doing a 30-minute party, you better be available for about an hour. You need to be ready for that 30 minutes where everyone's interacting, in about 30 minutes after, because people will still be commenting. I haven't seen any Facebook party that just dies at 30 minutes. So set yourself an hour so you make sure that you can follow up with people. So at the party, again, you're enthusiastic, you're excited, you are saying names if you can say names, you are finding out about people, asking them questions. All of that is important. You're picking up on cues of what again, at every party, you're looking for people to buy, people to sell Color Street, and people to host a party. So listen to their conversations. Do they love the polish? Have they been wearing it? If they've been wearing it, maybe they want to host, or maybe they want to sell. Are they trying to pay Christmas bills off? Again, if they are, then maybe this is a job for them to help pay Christmas bills off. So be paying attention. You've got to be on for your party. So I always say, I can be a pretty mellow person, and every party's different. You know, some are a little more intimidating than others. Anytime I'm going to a party, anytime I'm going to a Color Street meeting where I need to be on and I need to be making conversation and excited, and at night I'm not going to go drink an iced tea. Iced tea gets me really pretty excited, but I'm not going to do it at night. So I'm always listening to Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA. It's my jam song that gets me in a really good mood, and I just loop it and I keep playing it, and it makes me feel really good. And that's how I go. That's what I do to prep myself for a party. I'm not going to be listening to a book on tape or something that's going to mellow me out. I'm going to be listening to something that's going to get me excited and hyper, because I need to be the best version of myself at that party for that hostess. I'm doing this for that hostess, okay? And same with your Facebook party. If you go in there like this and you're boring and you just rolled out of bed, I'm not saying you have to be all dialed up, but don't go rolling out of bed and have your hair all disheveled. Again, make a good impression. So that is during the party. When you're done with the party, you want to make sure you are sending a thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. At the party, you're also presenting her with her gift for having a party. So if it's an online party, I send it in the hostess packet. If it's an in-person, I bring it and present it in front of everybody. Last month, I did blankets because I found really cute red and black blankets to match our Girls Gone Plaid nails. So that's what I gave last month. I have not decided, crud. I've not decided. I have a couple in-homes this month. So I'll come up with a good thing. I like to find something that coordinates with their nails. I just find that to be fun. So, but it could just be an extra set of nails. But something to thank them that you give it to them in front of your guests. Oh, Five Below had, these are pretty cute. Hang on. I think Leslie Traers had showed these. Five Below has these cute, or did in December or November. Life's Too Short for Boring Nails, and it has all this stuff right in there. So those are really cute little hostess gifts to give somebody. So have a little something to give to people. Okay, then after you are sending them a thank you. If you're doing it in person, you're having everybody compliment the hostess, you're writing it down, and you're sending it in a card. I've tried in Facebook parties to get people to compliment the hostess. I have not had as much luck, because I even find in person, first people are like, do what? And you have to kind of really encourage them. Then once one person goes, then they all love it. But I haven't been able to build that same thing in a Facebook party. But if you can get them to do that and say, compliments about the hostess, then you could do the same thing and write it down and send that in the thank you to the hostess. Okay? So once again, you guys, your hostesses are key, because from your hostesses, you are hoping to get a repeat hostess. Maybe she's going to join your team, but she's bringing you all her friends too, which you have the possibility with all of them to be your new customers, your new stylists, and your new hostesses. So again, have a great time, build a relationship with her. Of course, she should be in your VIP group. And at the end, like at the end of the year in December, I sent all of my hostesses a thank you with a set of nails to wish them, Happy New Year. Thank you for being my hostess last year. So again, treat those hostesses special once they've had a party for you. And then they're going to be more apt to have another one for you in the future. Okay? So it's a real important part of our business that you can't miss out on. You can't book a party and then just drop the ball. You really got to take care of those hostesses. And I think you will find a lot of success then with your parties and with getting parties from parties. All right? So that is what I have for you guys today. I don't see any comments here or questions or anything. So enjoy, book those parties, you guys. And remember, we're a party planning business. It really is the bread and butter of our business. And they're fun. If you haven't done an in-person nail bar, I love them. I get excited for them. I have the tinge of nervousness every time, but more excitement than nervousness, just because you don't know the room of people you're walking into. But it gets me excited. I really enjoy in-homes. So if you have not done one, reach out to some friends and see if they'd be willing to do an in-home for you, which would hopefully get you an in-home, or two booked from that. So if you haven't tried them because they are a lot of fun. All right. Everybody have a great rest of your day and happy Wednesday.